Bucks fans, welcome to Utility Sports. And you might be wondering to yourself, who is this Luca Vildoza guy coming overseas to the Milwaukee Bucks? And I've got that here in today's video for you. So if you are new to the channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Also, leave a like on today's video if you do enjoy the content. And you're also excited for playoff basketball because I think the Bucks have a really good shot of going deep into the postseason this next year. And as you can see here, Adrian Wojnarowski reporting free agent guard Luca Vildoza, former MVP of the 2020 Spanish ACB League Finals, is expected to finalize a deal with the Milwaukee Bucks that will take him through the 2022-2023 season. And as someone here who does watch quite a bit overseas basketball, I am fairly familiar with Luca Vildoza and specifically how he can help the Milwaukee Bucks moving forward. So he's a 6'3" guard who has some really good capabilities of dribbling the ball, taking guys off the dribble, getting downhill. He's fairly crafty as a finisher as well around the rim. And he's only 26 years old. So he's actually one of the younger players who was available in free agency that I do think can actually help a playoff roster. And the Bucks here, I think this shows a little bit of an indication that maybe they're not confident in what George Hill can bring them off the bench. And of course, they had traded Dante DiVincenzo away after he was really struggling this season. For me, the Milwaukee Bucks, the one area that I was concerned about, assuming that Brook Lopez had come back healthy, and so far he's looked pretty good back healthy, was their guard play, specifically off the bench. Do they have that guard they can go to that can at least give them 8 to 10 minutes in a playoff game of meaningful basketball, kind of what Campaign does for the Phoenix Suns. And for me, Luca Vildoza is that guy. I do think this is actually a high impact signing here for Milwaukee and a player that can really help them. They've had a ton of success in the last couple of years. And last year, they were able to get through the playoffs and win it all. But I think they needed to make an improvement like this, and Luca Vildoza is a big improvement to me over George Hill. And I think that his creativity as a scorer, and I think he's a little bit more athletic and a little bit better defensively than where George Hill is currently at in his career. And no shame here to George Hill. He's been a really good player throughout his whole NBA career, fairly productive with the Pacers, the Spurs, and then Milwaukee too when he first got there. But at this point of his career, he's no longer in the prime of his playing window. And for me, Luca Vildoza is. And for a player who's found a ton of overseas success, this is a real chance for him to go onto a team that not only has a role for him, but needs him to play well in that role. And I think he's going to, and it actually ties him through next season as well. So we're going to get to see him through the end of the regular season here. I'm not exactly sure how ready he is to step in and play. My assumption here is a signing like this would indicate that they want him on their playoff roster. And I think he's going to be eligible to play in the playoffs. Now, again, I haven't seen his conditioning. I'm not exactly sure where he's quite at when it comes to playing games right now, the moment he steps into the league. But for me, it's an indication that I think that they feel like they need him. And I think Vildoza could play some meaningful playoff minutes, especially in nights where George Hill hasn't looked good. So for me, Vildoza, I think he's going to have a role with the Milwaukee Bucks this postseason. And I think the biggest thing for him in his career is going into next year. Maybe he carves out an even bigger role for the regular season throughout the 82-game stretch. And he's playing on a team that plays a lot of national media games. So he's going to get pretty good exposure here in the NBA. One of the biggest struggles for overseas players often is overcoming lack of exposure, specifically NBA GMs. NBA GMs are extremely busy. They don't get the opportunity to watch every single one of these guys as consistently as maybe they deserve to be watched. So Luca Vildoza here, a really good opportunity to get noticed by more NBA teams and actually carve out a pretty nice NBA career for himself. I think he's going to fit very well in the NBA. I don't think he's going to be an elite scorer or anything like that, but I do think he's going to be a nice piece for a team, specifically Milwaukee here heading up into the playoffs. Bucks fans, if you're excited about this signing of Luca Vildoza, leave a comment. Also, hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, turn on the notification bell, and we'll catch you in the future with more utility sports videos.